In interviews, memoirs, and that seismic 2021 sit-down with Oprah Winfrey, Meghan has painted a picture of an institution more inclined to protect its image through omission than to correct a narrative gone awry. And now, with Catherine's bridal glow myth exposed, the Princess of Sussex's words feel less like accusation and more like prophecy. Let's rewind to the flower girl dress fiasco, the original sin in this saga of silenced truths. It was the eve of Meghan and Prince Harry's 2018 wedding at St. George's Chapel, Windsor, a day meant for unbridled joy, yet marred by tears. Initial leaks to the press, whispered from palace insiders, painted Meghan as the villain, a demanding bride who had left Catherine in floods of tears over alterations to Princess Charlotte's bridesmaid dress. The story snowballed, amplified by tabloids and talk shows, branding Meghan as the icy outsider disrupting the harmonious sisterhood of the Windsors. Her reputation, already fragile under the spotlight of racial scrutiny and institutional rigidity, took a battering from which it has never fully recovered. But then came the clarifications, piecemeal and after the fact. In Harry's 2023 memoir Spare, he recounted the real sequence. Catherine had indeed cried, upset over the fit of the dress, but it was Meghan who extended the olive branch with flowers and a handwritten apology the next day. Meghan herself, in that Oprah interview, flipped the script entirely. Catherine had this idea of what it should look like. And I think she was in a bad space, but it really hurt my feelings. The tears, she insisted, were hers, sparked by Catherine's insistence on perfection amid the pre-wedding frenzy. Yet the palace? Silent as the tomb. No press release, no discreet correction. As Meghan later lamented in various outlets, a simple statement could have nipped the scandal in the bud, sparing her years of mudslinging. Instead, the lie lingered, a simple little white lie that ballooned into a transatlantic feud. The parallels with Catherine's makeup myth are uncanny, if not a touch ironic. For over a decade, the narrative held that Catherine, ever the poised commoner turned royal, had taken private lessons to master her bridal look, eschewing professionals for a touch of authentic magic. It was the stuff of fairy tales, the future queen, rolling up her sleeves to craft her own glow under the Abbey's arches. Reports from the time, including those in Vogue and Hello, lauded her DIY prowess, feeding into the archetype of the relatable royal. Brown herself, in her podcast confessional, expressed wistful regret, "I didn't do her makeup. I wish I did." It was one of my artists, Hannah Martin, who's become quite a sensation in the UK. Martin, now a household name for her work with celebrities like Amal Clooney, had texted Brown in real-time excitement during the ceremony, oh my God," but the palace's protocol kept the credit card tucked away. As Brown noted, "We didn't as a company use it. No one did that back then. It wasn't the right thing to do." Why the hush? Royal etiquette, it seems, prizes discretion over disclosure, especially when it comes to vendors and visuals. A framed thank you note from a palace aide still hangs in Brown's office, a polite nod to the products used, Bobbi Brown foundations and lip shades that lent Catherine's complexion its ethereal warmth. But no public acclaim for Martin, no correction to the self-made myth. The result? Another unchecked whisper, allowed to bloom into folklore. Public reaction has been a mix of amusement and eye-rolling. Social media threads buzz with memes of Catherine wielding a mascara wand like Excalibur, while royal watchers on platforms like Reddit dissect the optics of it all. It's the same old palace playbook, one user quipped in a recent A Royals gossip post. Lie low, let it lie. For Meghan, whose departure from the firm in 2020 was framed by many as a petulant exit, this latest unmasking feels like vindication wrapped in velvet. It underscores a pattern, the institution's selective silence, wielded like a shield for its favorites while leaving others exposed. In Spare, Harry described the palace as a machine that willingly lied to protect William, Catherine, Camilla, Charles, but drew the line at him and Meghan. The flower girl row was Exhibit A, Catherine's makeup, Exhibit B. Both hinged on trivialities, a child's frock, a sweep of blush, that spiraled into symbols of deeper divides. Both were exacerbated by the palace's aversion to rocking the boat, as Meghan put it. Yet, in 2025, with King Charles navigating health woes and the Waleses stepping into sharper focus amid whispers of modernization, one wonders if the old ways are cracking. The Oprah interview drew 17 million US viewers and sparked global reckonings on race and royalty. Spare sold 3.2 million copies in its first week. These aren't footnotes, they're fault lines. Brown's revelation, timed with her memoir Still Bobbi, arrives as the royals court younger audiences through podcasts and Instagram reels. Will it prompt a thaw? A palace spokesperson, when pressed on the makeup matter, offered only the boilerplate, "We do not comment on private matters." As the dust settles on these twin tales of tears and tints, the real question lingers like an unanswered invitation. In a family bound by blood and protocol, when does a little white lie cease to be little? For Meghan, watching from her Montecito haven, it must feel like the echo of her own voice, finally resounding off the palace walls. The truth, it turns out, needs no crown to command attention. It just needs time, and perhaps a willing witness with a microphone.